Well, hello and welcome everyone. Good morning. This is Jeff Hooks. It is Saturday morning. It is time for our Victory Nutrition International Quick Start Training Call for Saturday, March 9th. I can't believe we're already a third of the way into the month, 2019. And I'm joined today by Ed and Gina Bender. They're going to be coming live here in just a little while, and very excited to share some information that they're going to be spotlighting on today's call. All right, so today's call, we're going to do something a little bit different. The enhancements, the compensation plan enhancements, as you know, just went live just over a week ago, March 1st. And we're going to go, I talked with Ed and Gina, I've talked to a number of leaders, talked to Craig Fleming, who heads up our customer care department, and we want to make sure everyone is up to speed on these enhancements, and most importantly, how to leverage these enhancements to grow faster than ever before and to spread your wings and soar with your V&I business. And so we've got a number of new partners that are plugged into this training live. I want to share with you that this is going to be a little bit different than our normal quick start training. I want to encourage you, if you haven't already done so, to go back and look at some of our archived calls. Like, for example, just last Saturday was a call where we focused exclusively on the fundamental principles of launching and building a profitable business with V&I, launching and taking this mission, whatever vision you have for yourself and your family within the V&I mission and focus. How do you take that and build a customer base? How do you take these amazing products to the marketplace and build a customer base and build a partner team that are distributing and sharing these products across the United States and Canada, if that's your vision? So I want to encourage you again. You can go back to, and hopefully you know this, all of you, but you go to your marketing website, you click on partner site in the top right, then click on news, and scroll down and just read, and you'll see all of the archived calls right there. So, but we're glad you're here. We're glad you're here for today's call. And one of the things, we talk about literally every single Saturday on our Quick Start training is two key principles that in my 30 years of building businesses, not just in the relationship marketing space, not just in the wellness space, but in all businesses, two principles that are absolutely mission critical that we do want to share just real quickly. Number one, the importance of staying plugged in, just like you're doing today. Stay plugged in. Stay plugged into the conference calls. Stay plugged in to the weekly Zooms. We do a Thursday night product and business overview presentation in this same meeting room every Thursday night at 9 o'clock Eastern. Every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern in this meeting room, we do a quick start training. Stay plugged in. Stay plugged into your marketing website, to your back office. Stay plugged into the news feed on your partner site. Check that out periodically. Hopefully you're opted in as a partner and helping us expand our mission within V&I. And you know our mission, I hope, if you're brand new. Our mission is assisting people in becoming beacons of health, hope, and abundance. We do that with amazing, proprietary, exclusive products that you can't get anywhere else in the world, that nourish the body at a cellular level. We do that with unprecedented scientific validation. And we also do that through our business. We bless people physically with the products and financially with the business, if that's of interest in terms of where people are in their life and their timing. So the importance of staying plugged in, stay plugged into the news feed, stay plugged in, opt into the SMS messages so that you're in the know, and open up the emails. Make sure, what a lot of leaders do is they create a folder just for V&I emails. And particularly if you're building the business part-time, you don't have to necessarily read every communication that comes out from the company right when it comes out. But what a lot of leaders do, and a lot of emerging leaders do, is you just put it in the folder. Just drag it over to your folder, drop it in the folder. And whenever you're plugging in for your V&I focus, then later that night, tomorrow, the weekend, whenever, then you're able to catch back up on what the company sent out. So I share with you that just as some basic tips on staying plugged in. Also, stay plugged into your upline. Your upline success coaches, if they're doing training calls, and I hope they are, if they're doing leadership calls, if they're doing presentations, either in-person presentations or virtual presentations using a conference call bridge or a video conference platform like Zoom, stay plugged in. Stay plugged into your upline. And here's the team. Here's the key. We are a team. We're a team, and there's no, you've heard the old adage, you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. And that's so true. That is so true with your V&I business. There's a system of support that's designed to set you up for success, no matter what your goals are, and to give you a track to run on as you move forward. But the key is you have to plug in. Think about a visual that I use real quick and when you plug in, you got to make sure your team plugs in. Any of your partners that want to engage and do something with us and expand this mission, they need to plug in. Think about the world of our smartphones now, okay? What happens, most of us, this is, I couldn't do business. This keeps me connected to my 2 teenage sons. I mean, this is very important. But what would happen if you went a day or two and didn't plug this into the power source? What would happen? And of course, the answer is the battery would die and it wouldn't work. Well, in your V&I business, you want to stay plugged in and plug into the power source to get recharged yourself. It's the exact same thing. So remember that, the importance of staying plugged in. Number 2, do something positive every day to build and grow your business. Okay, that consistency is it could be making one invitation phone call for people to learn about the products. It could be one follow-up call. It could be a 3-way call with an individual that's actively looking at the products or the business and you introduce them to, one of your success coach partners. It could be plugging into the Thursday night Zoom with a guest. But that consistency, do something positive every day to build and grow your V&I business is one of the secrets to success. It really is. Consistency creates momentum, and momentum is sustained through consistency. If you do a little bit every day, you'll be amazed at the compounding effect. You know how compound interest grows, and it's the magic of compound interest? Well, your activity and your effort is the same way within your V&I business. So remember those 2 things. Those are, and for the leaders, we talk about this every Saturday because it's that important from experience. So make sure you teach and train. Make sure you're modeling by your example, but then you're also reaffirming with your team in the spirit of encouragement, in the spirit of inspiration, in the spirit of support, that it's just critical to stay plugged in and do something positive every day. Okay. Now, let me share with you, and pardon me if I clear my throat a little bit, just lots of talking these days. It's all good, as long as I don't drive you crazy. All right, so the interesting thing, we talk about, and this is especially for those of you that are new members of the team, but it's also true for our leaders to remember never to stray too far away from the basics of this business. Because we're dealing with people, because we're building a customer base of people, we're building a team. You're building a team. That's the opportunity. That's the challenge. The responsibility is to build a team of partners. If you choose, you could just build a customer base, and that's fine. But I encourage you to build both a customer base and a partner team. That's where the real upside is. But when you do that, we're dealing with human beings, and all of us, certainly myself included, we're complex creatures. We've got emotions, we've got a will, we've got so when you're dealing with people, things can get complex sometimes. And so I think it's important for all of us to remember to bring it down to the basics, and the basics of what we do to expand the V&I mission, the basics of what you and your team need to do to build your V&I business, whatever your goals are as simple as 1, 2, 3. Number 1, use these products every day. Every morning, literally within 10 minutes of my feet hitting the ground, I take my ProDivite and my Brain Reward before I do anything else. Every day. And it's restoring my health. I'm 53 now, 53 and a half. And through the 40s, stress, work, international travel, I can see it clear as a bell now. But upon looking in the rearview mirror, I can recognize that my health was in decline. And I can. Sorry, my computer's trying to update and I had to stop it. But every night before I go to bed, I take the Enzorb. And what I recognize now is these amazing products are restoring my health. There's a lot of stuff going on, and it's all good. And it's a process. But that's number one, to build a VNI business of your dreams. The first step is to take these products every day. Or at least whatever products that if you're brand new and you're whatever products you're initially engaging with. I do want to encourage you as you expand your business and create a positive cash flow, engage with all the products. I mean, your body will be glad you did. But that's always the first step of our 3-step model. The second step is share the products. Okay, use the products every day. Share the products. That's the key. And we talked about that last week. That's why I want you to go back and watch the recording. But we're inviting people to learn about the VNI products. Invite, share. We're sharing some information, and then we're following up. Okay? Invite people to learn about the products. It's not a hard sale. Share some information. Let the marketing tools do the work. Use your upline success coaches. Use the presentations. Use everything that we've provided for you, with more coming. And then follow up. And the follow-up is, what's their interest level? Where are they at? That's more about asking questions and listening. Some are interested in the products and the health benefits. Some are interested in the products and creating a cash flow. And some might say thanks, but no thanks, just from a timing perspective. And in that case, there's something called network. I call it networking through the no. There's no dead end. If somebody says no, that's just no for now. And you can always ask for referrals. Hey, who do you know that's interested in their health? Who do you know that's struggling with their health? Who do you know that's an entrepreneur, that's a self-starter, that likes to build businesses? All kinds of ways. So that's the beauty of, we call that the pattern of activity. You want to master the pattern of activity. And again, we spoke on that in detail last Saturday. So you might want to listen to that recording if you haven't already. Now, that's so number one, use the products. Number two, share the products. And number three, teach others to do the same. Okay, that's what we do. So on any given day, if your day's getting complex, and again, it happens to all of us, if there's swirling waters and things are getting complicated, go back to home base for your business and remind yourself, wait a minute. Okay, the leadership says, stay plugged in, do something positive every day. Okay, that makes sense. And then what do I do to build a business? I use the products every day. I share the products. Okay, how do I share? Invite, share, follow up. Okay, that's the subset. Invitation, share some information, follow up. And then I teach others to do the same. And so it kind of gives you back reset on the fundamentals of the business. Now, here's the key. When you do that, when you follow that 3-step action plan, use the product, share the products, teach others to do the same, guess what happens? You create volume. Okay, now we call it group volume. But here's what that works. When you, your personal consumption of products combined with your customers' consumption of products, whatever product they use, there's volume attached to every product. Every product that goes out of it, leaves our warehouse, there's volume attached. And when that product has been purchased through you or your team, that volume is assigned to you. Okay. Anytime a partner orders or reorders product, that creates volume. So your personal consumption, your customers' consumption, new or repeat, and your partner's consumption, new or repeat orders. All of that creates volume. And that volume is how you're paid. That volume is how you rank advance with goals, with goals in the PIN system. And I had a conversation last week. The PIN comes from lapel pin. You know, we use the PIN system for goal setting and for encouragement. We use the PIN system for recognition, for achievement. The PIN system is free enterprise at its best. When you recognize our next speakers, Envoy leaders, Ed and Gina Bender, they're our number one income earners. They're Envoys, very, very close. They've already got the volume. They're working on structure to go ambassador. And the reality is, you know people's production level. It's not politics like in traditional corporate America or corporate North America for our Canadian partners. It's not politics. It's not favoritism. It's not nepotism. It's a level playing field. And the PIN system allows you, no matter what your background is, to set some goals, and it allows us as a company in partnership to recognize your achievements and celebrate your progress. Does that make sense? So the idea is, when you're using the product, sharing the products, and teaching others to do the same, you're creating volume. All right. Now, we have our VNI Empower Conference 2019 coming up in Charlotte, North Carolina, May 2nd through the 5th. I hope you knew about that, and I hope you're going to be joining us. It's going to be huge. And what I want you to understand is, ever since I began serving as president, one of my mandates from our founder and CEO, Bill Downs, and our co-founder, Kim Downs, one of the mandates from them was to implement a system that makes it easier for you and your team to create volume. And whether you knew it or not, that's what we're still working on. And we're just on phase 2 of a multi-phase plan. But everything that we've done as a corporate team since August 1st, everything is designed to equip and empower you to grow faster than ever before and to create volume, customer volume, partner volume, product volume, okay? Because that's what we want. That's our mission. We want people all around the world consuming these amazing products and being blessed by these amazing products on a daily basis. That's the mission. And that's what we're going to achieve together. And the question is, how much of that is going to be on your team? How much of that is going to be volume that you and your team have created? And so our job, corporate, we stay up, we work long days, long nights, much more than 5 days a week to make it easier for you to do that. And so one of the things that we're doing, we're having a breakout session, a leadership session on Thursday, May 2nd, to kick off the Empower event with our directors and above leadership team. And one of the things that I'm going to be talking about with the leadership team, that Bill and Kim and I are going to be talking about with the leadership team, is specifically how to create more volume faster. And a lot of things that we're doing and things that we're going to be unveiling at the Empower Conference are going to make it easier for you to do that. So you get the idea. Now, here's the connection. Use the products, share the products, teach others to do the same. That creates volume. Volume is how you're paid. So that gets us to the compensation plan, okay? Nobody gets paid unless somebody's consuming these products. Nobody's getting paid unless somebody's ordering these products and or reordering these products. So it's all about creating volume. And then when you do that, the compensation plan comes to life. Now, one of the things I want to share is, you don't have to be, and I encourage you, some of you have presidential veto power in your own life and within your own VNI business. You don't have to follow my lead on this, but I just encourage you not to, especially if you're brand new. From my experience, don't try to be a PhD academic expert in the compensation plan. Okay, the best way you do want to know some fundamentals. The best way to learn the compensation plan is to experience the compensation plan. Okay? Focus on the activities. Invite, share, follow up. The activities that make the compensation plan come to life. And Ken Nasmith is a perfect example. Ken said, Jeff, I trust you. I want to focus on the activities that make the compensation plan pop into life and make checks come into my family and me. And he said, and I'll learn the compensation plan as we go. And that's a great way to do it. Is you get your monthly commission check or your weekly fast or whatever. You say, hey, where did this come from? And that's a great way to learn it. So you can find the balance that's for you. I just don't want to encourage you, again, based on your experience level. Don't get too bogged down in the details. Recognize that compensation plans can get complicated, but we want you to focus on the fundamental activities. And the purpose of the compensation plan is to reward and encourage the right activities. Okay, and that's the whole beautiful thing about this. Now, I'm going to start my screen share. By popular demand, let me find my share. Bring that up. Play from current slide. One of the things we want to go through one more time, and we're not going to do as much of a deep dive as we've done in the past, but I want to make sure everyone understands the compensation plan enhancements that just went live March 1st. And I want to also share, got some exciting news before I bring Ed and Gina on, that we've made one last adjustment that we're very excited about to share with you. So the commission run for February business is going to happen next week, as you know, and all of these enhancements are become reality. So we're excited for that. So what's the purpose? What's the purpose of these compensation plan enhancements? Real fast. Number one, we wanted to create the absolute strongest customer acquisition model in the industry, simple and lucrative, so that partners can go out and create an amazing income, an amazing cash flow, just by building customers. You don't even have to build a team if you don't want to. Now, I encourage you to do both, because again, as you're engaging in that pattern of activity, that pattern of exposure activity, invite, share, follow up. As you're doing that, some people are going to be interested in the products, some are going to be interested in the business. It's a sorting process, not a convincing process. And so it really just depends on, we're looking for people that are looking. That's the key, and it takes the pressure off. We're looking for people that are interested in better health, physically and financially. And so the nice thing is, you can just focus on building a customer base, but why would you? If you've got somebody that wants to join your team and create a cash flow, then that's awesome. So you can do both. But we had a very clear objective as a corporate team, in partnership with our partner leaders, our field leaders, to create the absolute best customer acquisition model in the industry. Number two, we wanted to simplify and streamline. There's some complexities in the plan that we've eliminated. Number three, we wanted to increase and stabilize partner earnings during their launch and their ramp up, their first 3, 6, 9 months of launching their business, launching your business. Number four, we wanted to make it easier and faster in the pin recognition system to rank advance. And number five, increase both customer and partner participation in our subscription program. Okay, the subscription program is everything. The idea is for preferred customers, it's a way of saving money and getting the products at wholesale. But for everyone, including partners, it's about convenience. And I hope you can articulate, that's all part of it's on the website now, so you can literally point people to it. But you should be able to answer the question. If somebody says, you're sharing the VNI products with, if they say, why should I be on a subscription? Can you answer that? Can you answer that without looking at your notes? And that's okay if you can't, but just make sure you got your notes with you if you can't. So the idea is, it's convenience. It's about never running out of product. It's about control. Our customers and partners can increase, decrease, cancel that subscription at any time. Okay. And it's also about the subscription rewards program, where you can save additional discounts off of the product cost and additional discounts off of shipping, up to and including even free shipping. So you need to be able to articulate that. So a lot of what these enhancements do are designed to increase and incentivize a greater participation in the subscription rewards program. Now, I'm going to go back to the very beginning because these slides, there we go. All right. Customer acquisition program. What defines a customer? Very simple. A customer is someone that wants to enjoy the products and has no interest in building a business. And that's wonderful. The more customers you can accumulate personally and with your team, the stronger your business is. Just over 92% of our product consumption last year were customers. And folks, trust me, that's healthy. That's healthy. But we also want builders. I talk about it every Thursday night. We're not shy about the fact that we want to roll out the red carpet and have more people pick up the V&I flag and expand this mission. So we want both. We want both. But we wanted to keep it simple for customers. We wanted you as the partner to be rewarded just as handsomely if you bring on a new customer as if you bring on a partner. And that way you can relax and you can just lead people in the direction they want to go. Okay, so you got a retail customer, which somebody's paying full retail for the product. That's fine. And I'm going to skip forward. And then you got preferred customers. Okay, preferred customers. Well, let me back up. Sorry, preferred customers. Number 2 there. If you'll see, preferred customers are customers that simply commit to a subscription. It could be a subscription for 1 bottle of Brain Reward. It can be a subscription for 1 bottle of Prodivite. It can be a subscription for any combination of the products. And by making that commitment to get on a subscription, they get to enjoy wholesale pricing. Okay? That's the power, that's the beauty of this program. Now, when someone, I'm going to skip over just to preferred customers. So the whole model is geared towards accumulating and building a preferred customer base. And when you do that as a partner, here's how you're paid. We've covered this before, so I'm going to go a little bit faster. You're paid a 30% one-time customer bonus off the wholesale price of the product. It acts just like a fast start bonus on the partner side. So if Jeff Hooks orders $200 in product, $200 in product as a preferred customer, you get, in that example, a $60 customer bonus next week. It's a weekly paycheck. In fact, Monday, our first customer bonus checks are going out. Okay. And that's a weekly bonus. Okay. Now, what about repeat orders? Repeat orders, you're going to be paid a customer commission that'll be from 10 to 20% of the CV for your customers. Now, what was it before? Not to get too confusing, but most of you know that. You earned a 5% level 1 commission on the CV. So this is 100%. It starts at 100% increase in commissions for your customers. Okay, so pretty strong. Now, it starts at 10%. When you've got 1 to 4 active preferred customers in any given month, you earn a 10% customer commission. If you've got 5, and when you have 5 to 19 active preferred customers, you get a 50% pay raise, so it goes up to 15%. And then when you've got 20 or more active preferred customers, a 20% commission, customer commission off of the CV. Now, think about that. That is, it was 5%. So it goes from 5 to 20, 4 times the commissions for your own customers. So that's the reason a lot of people are excited. That's the reason, you're building a customer base anyway, as you're out there sharing these products. Folks, you can create 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,000 a month over time in compensation and residual cash flow just off of your own customer base. So folks, that's powerful. That's the strongest customer acquisition model in the industry. Now, we've already talked about this, so I'm going to skip through this. We just started there. Now, associate manager, we implemented, as I think you know, our very first PIN level, is called associate manager. And I'll tell you, for those of you from a leadership standpoint, the first thing you want to do when you have a new partner join your team is set a goal to help them go associate manager that week, certainly that month. It's extremely doable. That you see the qualification, 130 PV, 375 in group volume, and 1 personally sponsored active partner. That's it. So that's the first step. You know the saying, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. That's the first critical step. You want to help people go associate manager, then manager. And then once you've created that forward progress, that's the key. Associate manager, manager, executive manager, director. Those first 4 pin levels is the way you build a global distribution empire with V&I. But it starts with that first step, helping your new partners become associate manager. So that's the first level in the pin system. We and I think you know this. We from manager all the way to executive director, we lowered the GV requirements. So if somebody says, "How did you make it easier to rank advance?" We lowered the volume. Like for example, executive director used to be 30,000. So I mean, we're talking a pretty significant reduction in the GV requirement. Director dropped pretty significantly as well. So they're nice round numbers now. You can goal set, and you're in good shape. So we lowered the GV requirements from manager through executive director, and that's what, obviously that's already on your website right now anyway. Now, by the way, with this plan, you can go all the way to Crown Ambassador if you choose. We're never going to tell you how to structure your organization. That's up to your sponsors. That's up to your upline success coaches. As a company, we just wanted to make it possible. If you want, you can go all the way to Crown Ambassador with 3 legs. You can actually go with especially with the enhancement that I'm getting ready to share with you, the one last adjustment with all these enhancements. You're able to go Crown Ambassador and beyond with 2 strong legs and 1 very small leg. And we'll talk about that in just a second. Now, so that's what I'm talking about. You can go all the way to the top with 3 legs. Now here's the change. This is a simplification. We ran the models. We've been studying the numbers. I've been studying the numbers with our IT team and our corporate team for the last couple of weeks. And I'm not even going to say what y'all know what it was. It was first strongest leg up to 60%, second strongest leg up to 25%. And we just we ran some different models, and that it still got complex. It got complex for you, for our field leaders, for our partners in goal setting in various scenarios. And so this represents a simplification. This is it. The group volume required, what we just talked about right here, all that group volume required, there's only one. If you remember how it used to be, there was you had to have a executive manager in 1 leg and a director in another leg, and it was very complex. We simplified that with what we had before and what we rolled out before, but we're going to simplify it even more. You look at these volume numbers, and this is the only volume constraint. Any 1 leg can contribute up to 45% towards the GV requirement for that pin level. Okay? That's it. It's literally that simple. Any 1 leg. Now you're going to get paid on whatever volume you've got, but any 1 leg can contribute up to 45%. So it could be, you could have 3 legs, 45%, 10, or it could be 33, 33, 34 in terms of rank advancement. Now, again, if you're brand new, this might get a little bit complex, but it actually is very, very simple to manage, very simple for goal setting. And it works beautifully in the plan. So you literally, it gives a lot more variation for the realities of your business than the solution we had before. And so we are 100% sold on this, and this is what's been implemented. The code's already been written. We've already tested it extensively, and we're very, very excited about it. And you will be too as you learn more about how to use it. Okay, now we're not going to go through this. There's basically, because we've done this before, that was the only modification. To rank advance, associate manager, there's no structure requirement. There's a personally sponsored partner requirement. There's no personally enrolled preferred customer requirement, but none of this changed. This is all the same that we've trained on already over the last couple of 2-3 weeks. Okay. Everything else is stayed the same. The change is right here. Any 1 leg can contribute up to 45% of the GV required at a certain pin level. Okay. So that's the enhancement. Now, The engagement bonus, this doesn't change. This is an opportunity beyond, and I'm not going to go into this because we've trained on this in detail. When this encourages you to set up your new partners, when you have a new partner join your team, we want to make sure that you encourage them to get on a subscription. And when you do that, you get this additional engagement bonus, which can pay you beyond the Fast Start bonus, an additional bonus for the first 2 monthly subscriptions of your personally sponsored partner. So we've played with these numbers, folks, and when you're putting points on the board, when you're staying plugged in and doing something positive every day, when you're focused on that pattern of activity, again, invite, share, follow up, it creates that volume. Folks, this engagement bonus creates a beautiful compounding as you're launching your business, as you're ramping things up, that's going to be very, very exciting. You just if you do the activity, watch what this engagement bonus does. And again, it encourages you to remember to set that new partner up on a subscription. Rank maintenance bonus, folks, you know about this. This is, we lowered the time frame. Okay. Instead of having to hit manager, executive manager, executive director, and maintain it for 2 months for a total of 3 months. Now it's only 2 months. And then we increase the payout into 4 installments. So this is another thing when you look at, we've run the models. When you look at how the engagement bonus, for example, overlaps, if you look at how the Fast Start and the customer bonuses overlap with the engagement bonus, and then also the rank maintenance bonus, it's pretty exciting. When you've got somebody that's consistent, even on a part-time basis, they're earning some really solid income their first 3, 6, 9 months as they're ramping up, while the volume increases for their unilevel check. So this is an exciting bonus that, again, we feel very good about. So here's what I want to do. I'm going to stop my screen share. And by the way, actually, I'm not. Before I do that, let me hit escape here. Minimize. Sorry, I'm talking to myself, obviously. I want to make sure you know how to get to the comp plan. So this is like your personal marketing website. Okay. And everything, the preferred customer program's right here. You click on it, all the details. So if you click on this, you'll see the VNI preferred customer program, 5 reasons why you should sign up for a subscription to become a preferred customer. And here's the 5 reasons. So this is a teaching and training tool. It's right there for you. You can just point. It gives the difference between wholesale and retail pricing on all the different products. And then it talks about our subscription rewards program. So it's all right there. Now, what if you click on Shop Now? Click on Shop Now, and look what we've got. This is on the customer side of the site. You've got full retail pricing. Let's look at one bottle of ProDivide. Full retail pricing, and then there's preferred customer pricing, wholesale pricing right there. So it's color-coded, very simple, very intuitive. We're very excited about that. The team did, I believe, a great job on the user interface, user experience. It's very simple. Now, partner site. This is where you get over, for those of you that are brand new, if you want to get to the business side of VNI, you click on partner site, and it changes over to a business discussion. And this is where, now we're talking about the customer acquisition program and the compensation you as a partner can earn on your customers, et cetera, et cetera. And you scroll down. But what I wanted to take you to is the opportunity tab. Click on the opportunity tab, and you'll see an overview. And again, don't get too bogged down. Best way to learn the compensation plan is to experience it. But you'll see all the details of the compensation plan, et cetera. And yeah, so anyway. Okay, so that's where that is, especially for those of you that are brand new. Let me stop my screen share. And I want to invite Ed and Gina, go ahead and unmute, and while I'm stopping my screen share, and come on board. And before I do the official intro, I want to say good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
All right. Now, here's what I want to do with the rest of our time. there is, everyone knows as leaders, y'all been with the company since pre-launch, and there's not an individual or a couple in the entire company that, number one, has earned the income from the compensation plan that the two of you earned, and more importantly, there's no one that's helped more people create compensation within the V&I mission than the two of you. Y'all are the epitome of servant leadership. And you've articulated to me on more than one occasion that your goal for the two of you is that y'all are not the top income earners in the company. You want to help your leaders go to places beyond what y'all have already been blessed to accomplish. And so I just want to have a fireside chat with you for the next little bit. Give me y'all's comments, and y'all have trained on it, but give me your comments on the enhancements, any part of the enhancements that just went live. If you want to talk about the 45% adjustment, the simplification, that last little tweak that we made, anything that you want to talk about, share some of your thoughts.
Okay, Jeff, thank you very much. And Gina, you want to go first?
You go first.
But the 45%, I think, is absolutely brilliant. I mean, you lowered the threshold for everybody that is, in the company, and that's always a good thing. One thing I've seen consistently out of this company is they are trying to pay the people that are doing the work. That's simple. I mean, that's, and that's the way it should be. In the past, some of the compensation plan compensated the people for what they were doing. Sometimes they got compensated even if they weren't doing things. Now it's compensating the right people for the right activity. And I couldn't be more pleased with that. So,
I'm excited about that too, Jeff. Once people can wrap their head around it and study it, they're going to be excited too, because it's really neat the way it's set up now. We don't have all the hoops we had to jump through before, to develop, managers, executive managers. Of course, we want to do that. We want to break, new ranks and new pins, but we truly can focus with those who are holding their hands up and not those that just wanted to take advantage and
we're in the right place at the right time,
and not really help the focus of what the company wants, which is helping people to become beacons of health, hope, and abundance. And by doing that, you have to share the message, not sit on the sidelines. So we want to build this company. We want to help millions of people, not only here in the U.S. and Canada, but we want to take this worldwide. So we're looking for servant leaders, people who have the heart to, help this mission go forward. So I'm very excited about that. And but I wanted to talk on something in a little bit more depth.
Let me talk about that.
Okay, I'm excited, but I want to move forward.
I know she does, but I want you to understand that, we want everybody to achieve. And like you said, we want people to earn more money than we earn. We truly do. It really, if you're doing a better job, if you're creating more volume, we want you to earn more money. And that's the whole idea. In the past, the way the compensation was set up, we had to focus with particular people that their goal might not have been in line with our goal. Now we could focus anywhere we want in the organization and absolutely help everybody that is truly holding their hands up. And I'm going to get into more into the customer acquisition program. And I want to talk a little bit more about the 92% of customers that we truly have in the company that really were customers, but we had no other way in the past to put them in as customers. We had to put them in as partners. Now we can truly park them as customers, and it's going to be so much better than it has been in the past. So,
yeah, I'm excited because, Jeff, the website looks phenomenal. I've seen changes even from yesterday. That's great. And not only that, but when I went in my back office yesterday, and I want to do a quick shout out to Chris and Debbie Hanson, our newest partners that just came on board from the West Coast. They came on board with the Share and Grow Pack. So we look for some great things out of the West Coast, and look for
welcome Chris and Debbie.
But when I went in my back office, because I'm a big believer in building relationships. So after I talked Debbie through how to put everything in the system, I went back and put everything in my phone, you know, down to her address and everything. So I noticed while I was in the back office, when you go to my profile, you go to the top, you click on your organization, that's where you're going to find your preferred customers. And I had a guy come on board the day before they came on board as a preferred customer. And of course, it was wonderful to see that he was on a monthly subscription for $140. So the system is working perfectly. It is doing the sharing, and if you want to use the word selling, it's doing all that for us. You've just got to get people to the site and let these tools work for you.
It's not a hands-off system. I firmly want people to understand that you got to stay engaged with a customer. When a customer starts, that's just the start of the process. There are a lot of people in this company that come in as partners that for whatever reason they didn't catch fire or really start engaging till 6 months or 9 months or 12 months in some cases before they started building. Well, they were truly just customers for that period of time. If they'd been put in as customers, and that's where I suggest people put them now, you know, partners, I said it on the call before, you're not going to have to beg me to become a partner, but you're really going to have to convince me that you want to be a partner, that you want to build a business here, that before I put you in as a partner, because we could give them the same pricing they had as a partner as a preferred customer now, which we were never able to do in the future. I mean, in the past. And in the future, we'll be able to put the partners or customers where they belong and the partners where they belong, and separate the two, which is wonderful. I mean, I'm tickled.
Yeah.
I'm as happy as I could be.
We're excited about it. And I just want to say, too, again, it's about, as we said, you know, you got to use the product, share the product, and, of course, do the follow-up. And in saying that, you know, I made a note to myself to contact my new preferred customer that I didn't know came on board until I looked yesterday, and follow up with him next week, because he will have his product probably by Tuesday. So if you have preferred customers coming into the business, you know, it's still a hands-on business. Don't think, oh, they're in there, you know, they're going to just enjoy the product, and you really want to treat them, you know, as you would your partners too, because like Ed said, things can change. They get involved, they use the products a month or two, they may be ready to start sharing. And it's an easy process to switch them over to partner status.
That's a great point. And, you know, like you said, I know y'all are really big on this. When you have a new customer, maybe you don't have to train them on how to build a business, but you do want to follow up, make sure they're taking the product, ask them how their experience is. Y'all know as well as I do, there's a detox component for a lot of people when you start taking the Protovite, and you know, they might need to back off to half an ounce for a couple days or whatever. So stay close to them, because otherwise, as we know from experience, sometimes people get sidetracked. A week, 2 weeks goes by, they haven't even opened the box. Then their subscription comes in, and they're like, wait a minute, I haven't even started taking, then all of a sudden you've lost the mojo. You've lost the excitement.
And to that point, that detox process can happen at any time. It can happen. They can have great energy the first 2 months on the product, and the third month they say, man, I feel terrible. This is making me feel worse. Well, I know, and you know, that they're really just going through a detox. They finally broke through where they need to break through, and they're really, the detox is a good thing, but they may view it as a bad thing. And if you're not staying in touch with them, if you're not really engaged with them, you will lose them at that point. So, you know, and you don't want to lose a customer. We don't want to lose anybody, but you don't want to lose a customer. And once they get through that, then they'll be able to tell, if they become a partner, they'll be able to tell people, look, it made me feel great for 2 months, and the third month I felt worse. And then the fourth month or the fourth week, it began to really kick in, and I understood exactly what they were telling me in the beginning. So, and that's when they're going to be more invitable, or more they want to open to be a partner.
More receptive, exactly. That's a great point. That's a great point.
It really is a place to park them, so to speak, until they really discover that they want to be a partner, that they want to represent this product, that they want to continue with this company, that we have products that truly work. Although we got all the science in the world that shows it works, everybody feels the same way. Well, will it work for me? It doesn't matter how much science you got until they realize it works for them. And once they believe it works for them, then they'll believe it can work for other people. And it's just a matter of repeating that process, repeating and rinsing, just like you've said many a time. And
that's so true. And you know what? I love what you just said, because it's so important. You can't be skeptical with yourself. And
Correct.
So that's why the fundamental building block for every one of us, for everyone listening forever with VNI, is when you have a new customer or a new partner engaging with the product, follow up and encourage and kind of shepherd them through those first few weeks, those first couple months, until they're locked in and realize the benefits of the product. Because when everyone on the team is doing that, folks, the VNI mission grows. I mean, y'all know this. I'm saying to everybody else, the VNI mission grows exponentially. Now, I'll tell you, I do want to say one thing. I'll never forget. I think when we had a sit down, it was in early December, Ed and Gina, with the three of us, and we were talking about some of the enhancements that the corporate team was working on, and we were talking about the fact, as you said, we want a reward. We want to we've created a beautiful model where part-time partners can create a wonderful cash flow, and over time, 12 to 24 months, can create a full-time income part-time. And then we also wanted to create an opportunity for the top leaders, the people with a big vision, to create literally financial independence if they're willing to take 3 to 5 years and go to work, and anything in between based on someone's goals. So it's about, as you said, it's about contribution. And that's one thing, Bill Downs and Kim Downs have always talked about is VNI is about making contributions. It's about stewardship. It's about, it's about helping people. Mm-hmm. And but I wanted to say, when we had that meeting, I know y'all both remember this, and we looked at the previous numbers for the volume requirements. And of course, the third smallest leg, you had to have at least 15% above of the GV requirement. And you said, and I remember, Ed, you said this, and Gina, you smiled, and Ed said, I like that, Jeff, but 10% would be a better number. You remember that?
Yes, I do.
We've come full circle. I just should have followed your lead from the very beginning. But here's the idea on the 40, up to 45% from any one leg, basically telling us we are able, and you're able, to build a huge VNI business all the way to Crown Ambassador with 2 rock solid legs and 1 very small leg.
Correct.
And that's the way we want it, and we're proud of it. So let me turn it back to y'all, and I want to open up the question a little bit. Any other comments on the enhancements are welcomed, of course, for the team. I want y'all to share your thoughts. But in addition to the enhancements, the fundamentals of the compensation plan, what else for some of our newer partners? We got a big call today. What else should they know? Like I know y'all are really big on teaching the MAP pool qualification, but what are some of the other components of the compensation plan that didn't change that are so critical to helping people get off to a great start?
Well, okay, so what I wanted to share, Jeff, is we haven't touched on this call, is the victory bonus. Ed and I, we do this for our livelihood. So we don't want to leave any money on the table. So from the very beginning, we got on a monthly subscription. We did the minimum, which was $225, as far as to be able to participate in the victory bonus. So for the brand new people listening in, it's important they understand about this victory bonus, because as you're building your team, in order to participate and get a victory bonus, you have to be on a monthly subscription for $225, which is basically like 3 bottles of Brain Reward or 4 Protovite, and you and your family are going to use the product anyway. We can't keep enough product on our shelf. In fact, I looked today and I've got to change my monthly subscription because I thought I had extra Brain Reward and I don't. So I had left some up in Clemens when I was up there this past week. So anyway, in saying that, the victory bonus rewards you, the builder, for helping others achieve income on the people you personally sponsored and brought in as a partner. So in saying that, if I have someone that is earning let's say $1,000 that I personally sponsored, that I brought in, the company's going to reward me as long as I'm on a monthly subscription for $225, and I get 10% of what they earn. And I can tell you, that can end up being hundreds of dollars over time. It can end up being thousands of dollars over time. So start out right. If you can do it, do a monthly subscription of $225, and people will do what you do as well. Because people will say, well, how did you start your business? And in saying that, the other key of why it's important to take it to the next level, because you and I know you can go all the way to the top of the company as at Crown Ambassador on a monthly subscription of $130, okay? But if you're doing a little bit more, or even more if you have a large family, well, guess what? You're going to, and you mentioned this on the call, but I actually printed a sheet because I'm a visual person. This little sheet here, and I want to make sure you can see it.
You got it.
Okay,
yep.
So this is brilliant. And Jeff, you came up with this, and I'm really tickled about it. The silver, the gold, and the platinum. If you're on a monthly subscription for $185 or higher, and I think it's $185, let me just make sure, $180 or higher, $180 to $225, you become what we call a silver, and you get 2% off of the products. And if you do a little bit more, if you're at the $225 or higher, you're going to be a gold. Ed and I are at the gold status, which means we're getting 3% off of our product purchase. We're also getting half price off of the shipping. And if you have large families, like, you know, one of our personally sponsored, Abner Fisher, and I hope Abner's on today, he does the $380 a month, but he's got like 6, 7 kids. He's got an army that he, you know, gives Protovite and the supplements to. So it's easy to get into this subscription program by being on a monthly subscription, doing a little bit more, you know, stepping up to the plate, do a little bit more. And also another thing to do a little bit more is you need extra product. So if you got local people, you can share it. But anyway, you get the free shipping at the platinum level. So Abner and others get to do that.
But I want to go back to, and I really want to emphasize this. Gina said victory bonus, and if you're sponsored by us. Now, I know a lot of people in the field are not sponsored by us.
Well, I mean, if you personally sponsor.
Yeah, personally sponsored. They're not sponsored by us. But guess what? That's a good thing also, because I can tell you this. If you're not personally sponsored by us, you are personally sponsored by somebody that was probably personally sponsored by us, or somebody that was probably personally sponsored by us. So indirectly, we can help anybody, and it helps our victory bonus grow. And you're doing the same thing in your organization. Realize that your victory bonus is going to grow off of you growing your team every step of the way. It doesn't matter if they're personally sponsored by you or not. It doesn't matter. It really is designed to help the people that are helping people. And I couldn't be happier with that bonus.
And I forgot to mention too, Jeff, before we forget, we run out of time because we got 2 minutes to 12, so I don't want to go over. You can go over if you need to. But anyway, the map pool is exciting because when you get involved and you're brand new and you're on the monthly subscription and you're bringing new people on, they're going to do what you want to do. What you do. You want to get 5 people as quickly as you can on a monthly subscription, your new partners that you're bringing in, because the company will give you 1 share in that pool. And so what is it? They take 1% of the overall commissionable global volume, they put it in the pool, and if you have a share, they divide it up amongst all the people that earn a share in the pool. But guess what? It doesn't stop with 1. You have the month you get involved, you have 3 additional months to get a share or shares in the pool. So for every 5 people that you get on a monthly subscription, you can get a share. Now, Jeff, you know there's people watching today that may have came in through like a healthcare practitioner or and they didn't realize that you could earn shares in the pool. Well, guess what? That's why this is so important, is because there is a map pool bonus at the gold and the platinum level. So for instance, let's say I never earned a share. I've earned 4 shares in the pool. But if I'm brand new in the business and I didn't get an opportunity to get
How many
that,
shares did I earn?
you got the same I got. So he always has to throw a.
She's always in the center. Do you notice that?
It's those
Wise man, Ed.
girls roll. Hey, girls out there, you know what I'm talking about. Okay. But in saying that, if you got me off track. So it's important, if you didn't get a share in the pool, get on a monthly subscription, at least at the gold status, which is $225. Now you can start working towards getting your 5 personally sponsored active people on a monthly subscription, so you earn that share. And right now it's paying probably around $50 a share. As the company grows, that is going to go up. And that could be huge.
Yeah, and let me explain this to you too. Most companies take that 1% and give it to the largest, most income earning person they've got. This company takes from day one. Chris and Debbie that just joined us can be part of that map pool as quickly as they want to become partners of that map pool. It's on their time, but they're sharing in the overall company that took Gina and I 5 years to build. They're sharing in that same pool that we're sharing in. Mm-hmm. That is phenomenal, because usually that 1% that's cut out of the comp plan is cut out for the highest individuals in the company that are making the most money in the company. It's usually rewarded to somebody like Gina and I, and I'm more than happy to share that with everybody that comes in brand new in the company. So what it truly does is, from day one in the company's 5 years old, but from day one, you're participating in a pool that we created for the last 5 years.
Ed.
It's new volume.
You froze a little bit, but you're back. You're back good. You're good.
Okay. It's new volume that's coming into the company, but you're sharing in that new volume that's coming into the company. And on every month that goes by, you share in that same pool. So I think that's a great pool to be in also.
That's so powerful. And I want to share one thing real, and I want y'all to both close. I want to share something that we're not going to get into detail now. But for our leaders, you know what this means. For our newer partners, just write this down. It's a concept that we're going to talk more about as we go, but I'm going to send it to the chat bar. It's called dynamic compression. Okay, and if you're new, just write down. I just send it to the chat. Write that down. We don't get too bogged down. Remember, use the product, share the products, teach others to do the same. That creates volume. The volume makes the compensation plan come to life. That's what we never want you to get too far away from. We don't want our team to be academic experts in the V&I compensation plan where you can make an A+ on any test that's given. We want you to experience exactly what both Ed and Gina are talking about. Experience these amazing bonuses, because we truly now, with these enhancements that went live March 1st, we have the strongest compensation plan. It's as good or better than anything in the industry. It rewards what we want to reward, and it's very strategic, and we're just so excited. Dynamic compression, and this is just an idea. Again, for those of you that are new, don't get bogged down. But the way we do dynamic compression is the most partner friendly in the industry. And I'll give you a perfect example. Basically, it's how many levels you're paid in your organization off of customer volume and partner volume. All volume, GV. So what's interesting is we had, and Ed and Gina, we talked about this, and in Ed and Gina's organization under Ken Nasmitz as an example, we had an executive manager that was paid 13 levels last month. He was paid to the very bottom of his organization as an executive manager. He was paid 13 levels deep because of the way we do dynamic compression. So, folks, you'll learn more about that. Our leadership, we're gonna spend some more time at our breakout leadership event at the Empower event in Charlotte. We're going to talk about compression, dynamic compression. But, folks, this is a compensation plan as it is now, where we took it from an awesome compensation plan with the victory bonus, with the map pool, with all the other components. We just tweaked it a little bit. We pruned it a little bit. We added a couple things, and including the big deal with the preferred customer model. And now it's best in class. So with that, I'm going to say have an awesome day to everyone. And I'm going to defer over to both of you, Ed and Gina, and have you closing thoughts on anything, and then y'all wrap up the event.
Well, to your point, 10 levels is what the compensation plan shows. And traditionally, 10 levels meant 10 levels, period. In any company that we've ever been in, when you were in a unilevel plan, 10 levels is 10 levels. A level is not a level here, and I won't go into any more depth here, but I can tell you, Gina and I are I'm sure we're over 20 levels, maybe approaching 30 levels in the compensation plan, and we get paid on the volume all the way to the bottom of our organization. It is phenomenal when you really realize what dynamic compression is here. So with that, I want to say, Gina, you want to?
Well, I just want to say, thank every one of you for joining us today. I'm going to give you my number. So if you are brand new, reach out to me. I'm willing to help, as well as Jeff, as well as Ed and the corporate team. We have a phenomenal customer care department. I'll give you that number too. It's area code 215-256-1486. My number is area code 336-918-7593. As Jeff said, you don't have to make an A+ on understanding the compensation plan. Experience the supplements, and get out there and share it with others. Just be what I like to call ignorance on fire. The success will come if you do the basics. As we said in the beginning, use the product, share the products, and teach others to do the same, and you'll be able to build a successful Victory Nutrition business.
And with that, we thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for joining us, and you guys have a wonderful and a blessed weekend. God bless you all.
See you later.